it's obviously been not the season you would have wanted. And from the outside looking in, I can imagine a lot of people would look at it as maybe a disaster even. But the riding, the performance, the potential is there.
What's the way you talk to me?
Is that not? I think that's positive.
Oh, was it?
No, that's what some people think. Come on, guys. Let me finish the question.
F those guys!
Let me finish the question.
Go on, keep me.
But
what?
If you pay attention, I feel like there's a lot there. Podiums are on the horizon.
Yes.
Maybe more than that. It's just. So how do you stop
It's
yourself?
not if, it's when.
Okay, I was going to say, how do you stop yourself from getting trapped into the monotonous bad luck? But
I'm so hungry.
like, literally, or
everything.
Okay.
Racing-wise. I mean, I'm always hungry for food, but I'm hungry for the podium as well. Yeah, no, it's like in my head. It's not the if, it's the when, and you know, it's been a minute, but I've had some really good races, like even last weekend, P5 practice, fantastic, qualified P3 in the heat race, and main event we gapped out the top 5-6 of us, and I was riding really good, and it was in sight, and just had a little crash. I had a big crash. I was lucky to finish top 10 on that, but yeah, no, I'm honestly not stressed. Like, I know it's there. I've been riding good. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, try again this weekend here in Foxborough. My family's here this weekend. My wife, my 2 boys. So yeah, good weekend to have some fun and do the jumps. Go fast. Might be muddy. Might be dry.
Yeah, doing the jumps might be a bit optimistic.
Yeah.
Based on the
I don't
weather
know.
for tomorrow.
It's beautiful today.
Yeah, we don't race on Fridays.
Oh.
Are you aware?
Oh. No.
If you're not aware of that, I can do a lot for your program. Like,
yes. Anyways, it is beautiful today, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. But all in all, healthy, fit, bike's in a good spot.
Have you crashed more in the last couple of weeks than maybe ever?
Yeah.
But I don't feel like they're
strange ones though.
Yeah, they're not like legit. Oh, he made a mistake and he crashed.
Yeah.
They're like,
yeah,
that anvil fell on him.
Yeah, just something. Yeah, it was just silly, really silly. Like there's something saying like it's not time. it's gonna be time soon, but it's not time. So, you know, my starts have been really good. Not whole shots, so I think I'd like to get some whole shots. That would be nice. But start's been good. Qualifying's getting better. Heat race has been good. Yeah, just. You know what we've been saying a lot of. I'm not even gonna say it.
No, I don't think you need to.
I'm just gonna go with the if. It's not.
That's your new slogan.
If, it's when. Yeah.
Is there a pattern with the mistakes? Like, can you point to something with bike setup, something with technique, or is it just the most random shit?
Random.
You must have thought about this.
Yeah. No, like last weekend I was just like I was just like, don't got nothing to say. Like, I literally landed and must have stuck my front wheel in one rut. My rear must have slid a little another rut, and then went to a case endo, rolled out. It was big. It was a big 3, so I got lucky to bail out and not get injured. But yeah, like when I went in the spider net, like that should have been a podium weekend, and that was a little hook-a-buck that I didn't get all day, and then into whiskey throttle because I was endoing. So just random stuff, but that's dirt bikes. Sometimes it happens. Yeah, that's it.
This is what I mean before I got heckled.
Yeah.
The people
who heckled you?
Your team.
Oh.
Very unhappy with the first bout, joking. But,
wow. I wouldn't know. They don't tell me.
The people that look at the results every week are like, oh, Justin's struggling. Oh, this isn't good.
No.
But if you actually pay attention, this is more promising as a season than maybe it's been in a while, because you've always had like those 1 or 2 races, but I do feel like consistently this year, it's there.
Yeah.
It's just not there results-wise.
Yeah, just little weird.
Not to like blow you too much.
No, absolutely. Dude, get out of here. You don't do that. Yeah, 100%. Like if you're a fan looking out, you're like, what's going on? I don't get it. And I kind of post about it every week after the races, like this is what happened, so on, whatever. But yeah, no, it's I think we're sitting 6th in points or something. Like,
do you even care about where you are in points?
No, I just, you know.
Like 4th, 7th, 5th, 6th, it's all the same?
It doesn't really matter. Yeah. It's like, okay, you're top 10 like every weekend, does whatever. The 10th or 20th, it doesn't change my life. So it's more of like hungry for the box, but not.
Yep.
That's it, man. Was that sexual?
Yeah, I feel like we just moved past that.
Sorry, yeah.
Let's just go.
I kind of brought it back up, yeah, all good.
Is there an energy here?
What's going on here?
But last question. We in the media are all terrible, including myself. I realised this week, has anyone even spoken to you about Bakers, and you're deep in there now, and how is it, and is it surprising, is it too much? I feel like you've not spoken about that, but it's because none of us have actually cared to ask. So, is it what you expected? Is it too much? Is it surprising? Is it really just same old shit, different location?
Whew, good question.
Yeah, that's what I do here.
Yeah.
I bring my best to round 12. I try to peak at this time of the year. Yep.
Well, me too.
It's contract season.
At least we're on the same page. Yeah, Baker's Factory. It takes it takes the stress out of it during the week. Eldon has a really nice facility, a lot of tracks. It's great to have the boys there to ride with. I've said that before. I think that's really good because, if you have a slow day, someone's still going to be going fast. So out of the four of us, me, RJ, Malcolm, and Aaron, someone's going to go fast, and you have to, push yourself. So that's really good. He's got a beautiful gym, so great for the training. And then the training program in a nutshell, nothing crazy. I would say, like when I did my own training program, I probably did way too much. So now I feel like I'm staying a bit fresher, maintaining them more throughout the season. So I think just like Eldon has a steady, solid program, and there's always someone there that's like, you need to do this, you need to do that. But also at the same time, Eldon's worked with a lot of guys, so he understands, like, if you say, at least for me, I'm like, if I tell him I'm not like good today, or like sick, or not feeling good, like I feel like he respects that.
Are you surprised about that? Because the horror stories.
Well, yeah, you hear crazy things, but like I've heard a lot of people say Eldon's changed a lot, and like I don't know, I didn't get to know Eldon, but he's been awesome for me. He's a really good dude. He runs a really good facility, and he's extremely passionate about dirt bikes and his facility. And I mean, what more can you really ask for? And he's not like a lunatic.
What a glowing endorsement.
Yeah.
You might put that on the sign out front, I think.
I'm not a lunatic. Yeah. No, he's like, the dude knows what he's doing. So I can't ask for anything more. It's been so far so good. It's been a good season with him working. Obviously, the good thing as well is, like, obviously, like, I haven't done the results that I wanted. So, and I feel like I'm still getting the same Eldon every week. Obviously, like, what happened, mate? Like, there's been a lot of what happened, mate, because he's not there for the races always. So, but
you haven't found that he's like changed the code to the gate or changed the locks.
He hasn't kicked me out yet, so that's good. We have a good program, good routine, and the facility's been good.
What a turnaround for you in the last month, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Is there anything you can point to that equaled this turnaround and means that you can sustain it? There must be a formula here, an idea, something.
I mean, not really much has changed. I just started having really, really good weeks. I mean, me and the team did some testing. I think it was after we got to the East Coast, and then I don't know, I got sick and just kind of stupid stuff kept happening. But no, I just kept clicking off laps and clicking off days and weeks, and like that finish at Daytona kind of turned the tide a little bit. And after that, I was just happy. I was like, man, I can do this again, because at first I was like really, really questioning my ability. So after Daytona, it just kind of turned around. I was having such good days, and I've been continuing the good days, and really, like, this week I had one of my best motos of the year so far, and nothing I've done has really changed. I've been just training, doing the same old during the week, and just motos and whatever, but yeah, just my mindset and my confidence has grown, and you can see that with the starts. It's like, man, as soon as I got my confidence at, I think it was maybe Detroit or something like that, got that hole shot, and I was like, all right, as soon as I can make this stick, I'm gonna make this stick, and it's gonna be good. So that's what I did at Daytona, and I told myself I gotta make this stick, and it's gonna change my season around this second half of the season around. So yeah, nothing crazy, just confidence and a bit of bike setup, and we're here now.
Are there still areas where you feel like the bike can be even better and make you even better?
Yeah, I mean, a bike can always be better, you know. It's never perfect, but man, it's acting so good during the race weekends, and
better than at its peak last year. Similar?
I mean, similar for
Okay.
sure. I think the team has made some strides, and I obviously think everybody gets a little bit better each year. But man, I don't know, like at this point, you know, when the bike gets to be like it is right now, I don't really know what to change. You know, when I come back to the trailer or whatever after practice and I really like it, like sometimes I'll click a few things around here and there, but if I don't really know if I do need to change anything, I just come back and I ask Ryo or anybody. I'm like, hey, is there anything you see that you would change or that is looking weird to you guys? And most of the time they're like, no, but some of the times they're like, yeah, it's looking low here or low high here, and I'm like, all right, I can feel that, so what's the change?
If they say no, it looks good, are you like happy to accept that? You just kind of go with whatever their flow is?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if I don't know what to change, if I'm not like dead set on what to change, yeah, I just try to. I mean, I kind of trust their word on it, because I mean, they've been here longer than I have, so they have seen what pretty much every single motorcycle is doing or how it acts, and I just take their word on it, and you know, if something comes up later in the night, we'll address it, but at that point it's just like it's another confidence thing to where, you know, I don't need to worry about anything. You know, I can just focus on my racing.
Last thing, your contract is up, you're on a 1-year deal. Is it fair to say that you are feeling quite confident and happy the direction that your future is going? Not stressed, I guess, is a simpler way to put it.
Yeah, no, I was definitely stressed after Anaheim too. I can tell you that. But now, you know, being that everything's clicking, I'm riding really good. My body's feeling really good. I'm having good days, good weeks, turning into good months. You know, I'm not really worried. I just, you know, will keep doing what I do, and if I keep riding like I know how to ride, you know, whether it be this team or another team, will take notice, and you know, we're hopefully we'll stay on KTM, but yeah, who knows? I'm not stressed though. I know my ability will show, and you know, I think these guys will notice how hard I'm pushing, and hopefully we'll get a good deal for next year.
Well, maybe you can get off of these 1-year deals.
Yeah. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. But you know, it is what it is, and yeah, I'll pretty much take whatever I can get. You know, not the bottom of the barrel, but you know, as much as 3 podiums in the last 4 weeks will get you.
Okay, so 250 East is back again. How's the weekend off been? Did you make much progress? What were you looking to improve?
Yeah, I had actually a good weekend off. So after Birmingham, that following week, I rode outdoor pretty much the whole week, and I had fun. It was a little different and was pretty cool to ride again outdoor. I think the last time I rode was quite maybe the nation actually. So it was nice to ride a little bit outdoor, get some speed in the turn and everything, and I think that's helped me a little bit in Supercross too. So yeah, just some fun, and this week I rode again Supercross, and I feel good on the bike. Pretty happy where the bike is right now, so I didn't change much, like let's say with the engine or the suspension. Pretty much the same bike, and yeah, I'm having fun on the bike, so it should be good.
Maybe this is just what I'm seeing on Instagram, but it seems like you're spending a lot of time on the 450. So why?
Yeah, I did actually the whole week in 450 after Birmingham. And I like it a lot. I'm having fun. I really like the engine. The last few years too, I did a winter, not a full winter, but when I was in Europe on the 450, I did a month on the 450 and I had a lot of fun. And since I moved to the US, obviously riding Supercross took me so much time. So I was really focused on riding, and now I get to ride again a 450 a little bit. So it's fun. I enjoy it a lot. I love the engine, and I'm enjoying riding the 450. So I took that week to just to have fun in outdoor.
And I guess it's a good way to see what could maybe be coming next year, just to figure out where you're at, if that is the path you go down.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, my goal is to move to 450 and to be, I mean, as good as I do in 250 and 450. That's my goal for the future. And I'm riding right now and I feel good on the 450, so I'm really excited to move. And yeah, for sure. I didn't do much testing on it, but just riding, like just having fun. And I love the engine and the way the bike is. I had a lot of fun.
Do you actually think you'll be a better 450 rider outdoors than you are on a 250?
I hope so.
Because you're smooth,
I think,
I feel
yeah,
like it would work
that's
for
what
you.
I said. That's once I jumped to the 450, the engine and it's a lot more powerful, but in a good way. And I really had fun. Of course, when I rode it, I mean, obviously I'm fighting for that 250 title, so I didn't went like wide open and crazy. But I had a lot of fun, and I think that bike suit me well. Like the way I ride the 250, sometimes I have to push a little bit over on the 250 because the bike is, I wouldn't say slow, but it's missing a little bit out of the corner, and that 450 is just awesome for that. I had a lot of fun.
And last thing, how would you describe your confidence in Supercross in this title fight compared to 1 year ago? Does it feel much different coming to these races?
I think I believe it more because last year I was still like, I didn't know what was going on. Like I was like, okay, I have a chance to win it last year, but I wasn't sure. And I feel like, of course, no, I'm not sure, but I feel more comfortable on the track, on the bike. I feel more comfortable this year, just overall riding Supercross. So that's a big help for me. I feel like now Supercross is almost like outdoor. I can just show up to the race and just ride without thinking in my head, oh, that rhythm is gonna be like really hard, or those whoops. I can go on the track and just ride the way I do in training, and that's really nice. I feel like now I can ride Supercross as I ride outdoor, so it's pretty nice.
One more question. Someone told me that you were talking to Joel Smets a lot still, more than maybe I realised. Like you're calling him midweek, maybe at the races sometimes. What's that relationship
No,
like?
actually, I wish I talk more to Joel, but so we've been training for 4 or 5 years together. He has been learning me pretty much everything I know so far. So actually, no, we call a couple times. Maybe, to be honest, this year if I call him 2 or 3 times, we text after each race. We send a couple WhatsApp, but that's it. We talk, of course. If I have something, I will ask Joel, of course. But we're not talking like often every week on the phone or something. No.
Okay, last time out in Birmingham was obviously huge for you. Just talk about the rebuilding process this year from a personal standpoint, rebuilding the confidence and rebuilding the belief.
Yeah, I think this off season was definitely a step in the right direction. I think just all off season I was healthy for the first time in a long time, and coming into the first race I felt really confident and really good and ready to go racing. And then just every race we've been dealing with a little bit of things, but we're finally healthy now, and last weekend it showed what we can do when we're healthy. And I'm excited to just keep building on last weekend, and hopefully we can get another win here.
All off season, did you fully believe that you would be back to winning races this year, or did doubt start to creep in and you started to maybe second guess elements of your program?
There's definitely some second guessing on some weeks that you're struggling, but I definitely did doubt. I've won a race every year of my career, so I think that I knew I would still win a race, but this year was my main focus was to be more consistent and to be there every race and be in the title hunt at the end. And we've done that to a certain extent, but I think the main thing this year is just the injury we're struggling with. But I think if we didn't have that, I think we would have been top 5 every race, even Tampa. It wasn't a great result, but I ended up going down on the first lap and I battled back really good, and was happy with that ride there. So I think, and it just kept me in it, right? I think I finished 8th or whatever, but it kept me in the fight for the championship. And yeah, without that crash, I think I definitely could have been on the podium. I had the speed, and even in practice was the best qualifying I've had at an open round, and just the whole day was going good, until that point. So, and then after that, we were just kind of surviving. But I think this year has definitely been the most, total package. I've been good in the heat races. I've been good in the mains. It's just, I think now that we're healthy, we're going to be able to show that we're, able to win every week in, week out, and be on the podium a lot more.
Is there anything you did in the off season or are doing to make yourself more consistent, to find that full package?
Yeah, this year I definitely focused on, even if I wasn't feeling very good, to salvage and being within myself. Before I was kind of, I'd go out there, and if I felt good, I would, I was sinning in every race, but a lot of that times get me on the ground, ends up on the ground. I think I've had the speed throughout my whole career, but I think the thing that's like me, I've been hurt a lot, and, I've been on the ground a lot, so it's hard to, race when you're hurt racing. It's a lot different. Some people don't even know when you're hurt, right? And they're just like looking at the results, like, dang, you're not doing very good, but they don't really know what you're dealing with, right? So I think that's been like a big part of my career. I think that when I've been fully healthy, I've been able to win and be on the podium and been able to do stuff. But it's when I'm not healthy and just trying to salvage, but people really doesn't know what's going on. Even with this finger, I wasn't even going to tell anybody. But now with the new AMA stuff, you had to come out and say. So that was, even then, nobody would have known why my results were lackluster. But that's kind of just behind closed doors. There's been a lot of things going on through my career, but I think when I've been healthy, I've been able to be on the podium consistently.
In the past, have you even noticed that your practice days in the week have been inconsistent, where on a Tuesday you'll be flying and then on a Wednesday, for some weird reason, you're far off of where you were the day before?
No, not really. I think in practice I'm very consistent. It's just the racing sometimes, gets you off board. I think it's a lot earlier in my career. It's a lot start dependent. If I got a good start, it was easier for me to ride at that pace, but then I would get stuck in, the slower pace too if I was back off the gate a little bit. And now I've got, I have the same pace throughout. So if I get a bad start, I can move up. If I get a good start, I've still got that same pace. So I think that's a lot of confidence, right? Once you belong. I mean, I didn't have the futures and all that to race when I was coming up. So it's like I was learning a lot on the fly my first 2 years, and then 2023 I had a really good year going, and so I went down bad there. So I think and then 2024 is just a rebuild year for me. Just after all that, I had like 2 months on the bike going before A1, so I knew I wasn't going to be where I needed to be. And then this year was my, to be a title contender again. So I think that knowing like how my trajectory has gone, that year set me back, quite a bit. But this year I think we're in a really good spot. I mean, I worked a lot on technique, being more consistent in the whoops, and I think we're going to be a lot better.
Okay, first of all, Indianapolis kind of threw off your season, your championship bid a little bit. So how did that change your perspective and your approach to these remaining rounds?
Yeah, Indy was definitely a big letdown for me. And then same thing with Birmingham, because I wanted to get myself back into it. And I think I was just thinking too far ahead, where I need to be thinking in the moment and just take it race by race, session by session. So for me now, I took a little bit of a step back and, try to enjoy it a little bit more and, use the difficulties I've had as excitement each weekend. Like, I get to go, instead of like, man, I really need to be here and I need to fix this, like I get to fix this, and I get the opportunity to go try again next weekend. You kind of have to flip-flop that and, use it as motivation instead of like, man, we're that far off, instead of using that as negativity. So yeah, just honestly for me, took a step back and trying to enjoy it a little bit more. And I think for me, like, I'm in a lot better mindset this weekend than I was at Birmingham. And whatever happens tomorrow happens. It is what it is, and we go back Sunday and we figure it out Monday. So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
In a weird way, and this is definitely a weird way, could you say that Indy was actually helpful, because now you can go back to focusing on this season as being recovery and learning, which is what it was meant to be?
Exactly.
You being in a title position pre-Indy was unexpected and maybe caused you to run before you walked a little bit?
Exactly. I think obviously I had a really good result at Daytona with my best finish, and obviously going into Indy with a shootout, like I was looking to, get a good start out front, and, with some of the West guys, trying to mix them in there and get those guys between me and like Seth, Tom, some of the other front runners. Like, I think I just got too far ahead of myself, and where the goal was to just learn this year and, get stronger for outdoors. So, like, obviously sometimes when you're in the moment and you feel like you're putting your best foot forward each weekend, you're doing all the right things, you feel like you're working harder than everyone around you, and it's hard not to be in that mindset and be like, all right, I'm just gonna go this weekend just to do the best I can. Like, it's hard to get out of that mindset and be like, all right, I want to go win this weekend. So trying to separate the two has been tough for me, but now I've definitely taken a couple steps back and realized like I can't skip those valuable lessons. I need to learn those, and you have to, for some reason I like to learn things the hard way. So yeah, I got definitely kicked down 2 weekends in a row. So it was good for me. I needed it. I feel like like I said, it's given me a little bit different perspective right now, and I've taken a step back and realized like I get to fix the mistakes that I've made, and each weekend's a new beginning, and I get to go learn that, and that's where the team's at. So yeah, luckily I have them being super patient with me, and honestly, I'm very thankful for them because they've given me no pressure in that sense of like going to perform. Like they've wanted me to take the step back and realize like you didn't have that off-season prep, like you didn't have that time on the bike. Like, it's not an excuse, it's just a matter of fact. Like, when you get this far into the season, like, it's hard when you don't have that certain bike time to work out all the kinks when each weekend you're going to different tracks and the bike's working different. Like, I didn't get to do the testing and learn about the bike until honestly now. So it's hard to balance all of that.
Yeah, speaking of the bike, you mentioned in Daytona that this is a bike that's built around you, your feedback. Now that maybe you're not focusing on points so much, how many changes have been made since Daytona in the last month? Are you more happy to experiment and go in different directions to find a sweet spot?
Yeah, I don't want to say the bike's in a lot different position than it was at Daytona, but I don't know if I just have a sensitive feel, but we've made a couple minor changes that I feel like have made a pretty big change for me, overall comfortability on the bike. So just trying to, learn what those changes made and trying to just, I guess in a way, remember like what steps I've made on the bike. And sometimes you have to kind of backtrack to see what changes you made, what were the big steps you made that made the bike a lot better. And for me, like being the first time I've actually had to develop a bike around me, it's been pretty hard. And I think the team's also learning more about me and what I want necessarily in the bike, chassis wise. So it's been it's definitely been a curveball, that's for sure. But honestly, like I get to develop a factory 250 around me. Like, that's pretty badass. So it's been fun. I try to look at it and enjoy it, and I have a whole lot of resources to kind of do whatever I want. And luckily I have people like Trey in my corner that get to ride the bike and give me the feedback on it. And I have my dad working closely with me. Shane Drew obviously has a lot of experience. My mechanic Tommy, suspension guy Brandon. Like, we're working our butts off trying to develop this bike and get it to where I want it to be. And it's obviously hard when you're racing every weekend. You want it to be there and you need it to be there. But honestly, like I said, where I taken the step back and using it as learning, like now I feel like it's, if we make a big step and it's not good this weekend, it's whatever. Like, we go back Sunday, we work on it Monday, and next weekend's a new beginning. Yeah. So that's where we're at.
And final thing, the knee, the arms, the Indy crash, are you 100%? And if not, how far from that are you?
Yeah, I'm 100%. I'm good. Body's always, on the stressor, but a little bit. But no, knee's feeling good. Arms are feeling good. Body was good 3 days after the crash. Just definitely banged myself up, falling off the bridge. But no, we're good. We're good.